Do not be afraid. I am the cure.
Day 18. At 3 a.m., the door randomly burst open, and what we saw instantly woke us all up. It was the creature. It had a bear as a head, followed by scars covering up the right side of its face. I immediately grabbed one of the guns and shot it at the creature. It dodged my bullet and ran back to the front door. It must have considered me a threat. Before it ran, Gordon swung a baseball bat and hit it in the ribs. We saw it run off with blood coming from its mouth. We were both excited and happy that it could be hurt, because if it bleeds, then it can be killed. No noises were made, nor did it show any of emotion. But you could tell by its movement that it was hurt. It ran and we chased it outside, but before we could leave, we heard the shatter of glass break behind us. It was Brandon. We did not know how he was alive at all. His eyes were completely bloodshot and foam was coming out of his mouth. Then a thought popped in my head, going back to the thing that Bernard had said, how it turned people into those creatures. The only thing that I could guess is that Brandon was now one of those things. He ran, not like a normal person should, but when he ran, we heard his bones crack. It made me want to throw up, but I was able to hold it back. Gordon and I ran to the basement as fast as we could. We boarded the door, but Brandon was still outside, smashing the door and trying to break it. We were frantically looking for something to help us in any type of way. We spotted an old ham radio, and I set it up, and with deep breaths, I said, "If you can hear this, this is Chase Lamb. We need help right away. Now. We are in grave danger. If anyone can hear us, we are in Sarsha and need help right away." Just then, the smashing of the door stopped as we heard the howl come from outside. It must have been the creature calling its flock back to its home. After hours of waiting in the basement and listening for any sign of living things in the house, we came out. Exhausted and in pain, we needed sleep. We decided that someone would keep guard and we should switch every 3 hours. And I hope this is a better day than what we've had in the past. Day 20. It is now the afternoon, and we made plans to escape Sarsha. We don't know how this didn't come across our minds before, but it now has, and it couldn't have come at a better time. At the docks, when we first found the skull, there was a boat. It was in decay and looks like it hadn't been used in years, but it was our only choice. It was hard abandoning everybody, but Gordon and I had to. Mitch was missing. Brandon had turned into one of those things. And Mike was dead. We gathered the rest of the gear and were ready to make the fastest run of our lives to the boat. We checked the inside of the house in case Brandon was hiding or the creature was waiting for us. We looked out the windows and found that everything was the same outside. The sayings, "looks can be deceiving," couldn't be farther from the truth. It was quiet. No footprints were there. And nothing was new outside. But we knew it was watching somewhere. It had to be. Remember, it's the 20th day, and nobody survives 20 days. We got our bags and the guns that we could and opened the door, running out as fast as we could. Nothing was out of the ordinary, but this didn't even get us the thought of slowing down. As if I had just jinxed myself, the creature came from the cornfield, screaming and hissing as loud as it could. Looking at its fanged teeth and its wolf-like structure only made me run faster as it ran at us with extraordinary speed. Gordon must have noticed that he was almost near us, 'cause I saw him pull the pistol and shoot off 3 rounds. One hit the creature as we heard it gasp out in desperate pain. I yelled at Gordon to keep shooting, but when he did, the gun got jammed. There was no time to fix it, so he threw it and we kept running. Halfway to the boat, we're almost there. We can make it out of here. We were running when we saw it in front of us. It was Brandon, or what used to be Brandon. Blood was spilling from his mouth and his eyes were completely red. He caught us off guard and tackled Gordon to the ground. I went to help, but Gordon just yelled, saying, "Run and save yourself." I had no choice but to listen to my friend and watch as both the creature and Brandon attacked him. I was finally at the dock, and to my surprise, I found Mitch, working on the boat in a frantic pace. "Mitch, what are you doing here? Where were you?" He cut me off. "I'll tell you everything later. We just need to escape this place." We hopped on the boat and revved the engine to try and get it to work, but it would not budge. The creature was now in eyesight, and along with it was Gordon and Brandon right behind it. The creature and the rest of them ran at us, and we were about 20 feet away from each other before the engine started. It started and we drove off, slowly in the distance to see the creature and my 2 friends screaming and yelling at us. A tear came down my cheek as reality set in that I had lost almost everything I had in my life. I turned to my right to talk to Mitch, but he was not there. Instead of sitting in the passenger seat, he was staring back at the town. When I asked if he was all right and turned him around, his eyes were bloodshot. He bit me right before I pushed him off the boat into the propellers, where they broke and sliced him to pieces. So, I write this, not knowing how long before I turn. But for some reason, you get the mad idea we did, and are reading this. Run. Run now, and never look back. I feel the changes coming. Don't make the mistake we made. Just turn back and save yourselves.
Hello there, my lovely patients. This is Dr. Creepypasta. I do hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for the cure. Don't forget to click on that bell icon so that way you know when your next appointment will be. Other than that, I do hope you have a great rest of your day and/or evening. Stay safe and enjoy the cure.